Hi, and welcome back to Business on Broadway here at the Samuel J. Friedman Theater in New York City. And I am very excited to bring up our next speaker because he's going to help everyone here in this room today to get unstuck in both your personal and professional lives. And for the past several decades, he has blended his background in clinical psychology with business, taking successful business leaders and their organizations to the next great level of more. He's an international #1 best-selling author, a highly sought speaker, and high-performance advisor. Dr. P has also created the Dynamic Leader programs and has led success retreats all across the country. He's been seen in national magazines and as a guest on morning television, and he's here for you at Business on Broadway. So please give a big round of applause for Dr. Wayne Pernell.
In the late 80s, I was a director in a large healthcare organization. It was a big day because the CEO had called me to his office. He was going to coach me in my climb in leadership. He was going to show me how to walk the floor. Christine! Christine! He scrunched up his face and he snapped his fingers at his assistant. Bring me the red FIFO. No, the red one. He looked at me with a glint in his eye. Oh, there won't be anything in it. I use a red one to walk around with. They just have to think there's something in it. He was teaching me to be a powerful leader. Well, I learned all right. I learned that he was someone I was never, ever going to emulate. In my climb in leadership and across multiple organizations, I learned more and more and more. I created quite a personal arsenal for consulting, and I developed a proprietary process of the 4 R's. These 4 R's help people move from where they are to a life of success and meaning, significance. The first R, reality check. You have to know where you are. You have to know when you're stuck and where you're stuck. You have to know what matters to you. So reality check, where are you now? Where have you been? Where are you going? The second R, recalibration. Recalibration. It's like tuning fine dials. We each have values that we take with us. They're core values, but you know, our peripheral values, they change. We have values that come in and drop off. For example, who you are now isn't the same person you were 5 years, 10 years, 20 years ago. What you valued back then might have been, getting, acquiring, building, maybe even security. And now, on your quest, on your journey, it's probably closer to freedom. So we fine-tune those values. That's recalibration. The third value, the third R, sounds like a pirate. R, the third R is this. It's recharge. Recharge. Now, recharging is where you get your energy. Your energy comes from taking action. You overcome inertia. You overcome inertia and you get momentum. Even small steps can cause momentum, right? So some kind of action step, and we work you through that. And the fourth R, it's real success. Real success. See, we set our sights on a level of success, and when we get there, sometimes we feel unfulfilled. We forget that climb, that journey there has actually changed us. And so when we get there, it's like, is that all there is? Well, real success is about setting a success level, attaining it, setting the next one, attaining it. But it's not as much of what you get. That's success. True, real success comes from giving back. That's significance. You know, my reputation as a consultant grew, someone who was able to be seen as a thought leader kind of advisor. It grew, and I was called to an executive team. The president of a company and his executive vice presidents wanted me to see how they interacted, to see if I could move them. Well, at one point, in watching their process, the president says something that caused everybody to pause. He leaned forward, sort of growling, "We're not doing it like that." Well, a palpable hush came over the room. I couldn't help myself. I found myself blurting something out that after it came out, I was surprised. It was supposed to be a thought bubble, and I said, "Is it me, or did all the air just get sucked out of this room?" You could almost hear the executive vice presidents, their heads snapping my way and swinging back to look at the president, to see his reaction. Oh my gosh. He takes a breath. He sighs. "Well, did it?" Now, one of the executive vice presidents, he's a big, burly guy. He's used to being gruff. I mean, that's his appearance. That's who he is. He now looks almost like an 8-year-old boy seeking the attention and the approval of his father. And he's looking at the table, and he sort of quietly squeaks, "Well, yeah, it kind of did." The president leans forward and he says, "Well, I guess we have some work to do." All I could think of in that moment was courage, victory, success. We had torn through the veil of the yes men. No more. We built a new communication style. From that, we built a new strategy for their success. You know, it was only recently that I put a name to what I do. I found that my superpower is actually getting people unstuck. I see stuck where other people don't. I blended my background in psychology with business almost 4 decades ago. And in that time, my perspective has been able to shift people from being stuck to unstuck, moving people to this new place of success where they feel more fulfilled as well and free. In working with clients like this, either one-on-one or in my mastermind program, I do move people to that place of creating new levels of success, new levels of significance, new levels of achievement and productivity. That level, that sense, that feeling of fulfillment is often so elusive. And to be able to capture that and bring it back is so important for each of us as individuals and organizations. As organizational leaders, you make a difference. It's time to let go of the red FIFO. It's time to step in and identify your values. Declare what matters to you. Set a new strategy. Step into choosing your power and truly create a life of success and significance. It's great to be here on Broadway with all of you. Thank you.